Hey, I'm Jake. I'm over here at 355 Truett Road. It's Carrollton, Georgia 30117. Sarah and Mr. Parker are the policy holders. What we're doing today, we've gone around, we've found damage around this roof. We do have some damage here. What this is wind damage. It's an old 3-tab. How old was this? Do you remember?
No.
I didn't even check the boot over there. I think we're looking
Boot doesn't show.
Past 22, 23 years old. So our concern is with this damage, if we do attempt spot repairs, we're afraid we're going to have additional damage as we continue. So I do have a damaged shingle here I've marked off. I do have 3 other shingles above it. So 1, 2, and 3. I've got those labeled. I did take a still shot prior to, so we can see how this all looks now versus when we get done, so we can see the physical evidence as we continue. So my goal right now is to release the areas with the fasteners, get the fasteners out, take this shingle out, slide a new one in. I do have one right behind you. You're gonna slide me when I get it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on it. The only reason I'm doing this one is because part of that shingle is directly above this one, and I wanna make sure there's enough leverage to get that shingle out without tearing. The last thing I wanna do is tear these shingles. That's why I have my flattest pry bar. Release these really softly. Now with these 3 tabs, they are 12 inches tall as far as their height. That means I'm gonna have fasteners. The reason I'm loosening both shingle rows is where this shingle sits at the bottom, the damaged one, 12 inches falls here. I'm gonna have a row of fasteners here. I'm gonna have another row of fasteners here, so I've got to get them off both. We got them. There we go. So now I'm gonna find those nails, and I'm not lifting past my hand to get under there. As you can see, as I pry this down, that's about as high as that pry bar is gonna go. A very low pry bar, but I do have to find these nails. Might be a little further in. Yep. Oh, I guess I gotta loosen this one too. I'll put it on. Oh, they're higher, that's what it is. So what's happening is as I get to that nail and try to pop it, that shingle is actually coming over that nail, which is called a nail pull. Pulls off over top, which creates a bigger hole, so we can't actually go back and seal those. We would have to replace that additional shingle. So I'll have to go back and get the nails that don't come up like this one out afterwards. So a lot of these are just pulling through. That's what I was afraid of. That one too. So these are all nail pulling through, so I've got to basically go under here and lightly release this. There's your nails. So when that happens, instead of creating a hole, it actually tears the shingle. I don't know if you can see this. So instead of it being a hole, like the top of the nail, it tears. So you can't just seal a tear, you actually have to replace that shingle. That might have been the only row we had on that one, because I don't see or feel those other nails. That might be good. 12-inch tall, 36-inch shingle, standard fit on a 3-tab. That's what we were concerned about, making sure they fit, which they do. Let me get some new nails out here. Give me just a second. All right. Now, roofing hammer has to be flush with the decking in order to get that nail to go straight in. So in order to do so, we do have to lift these up. As you can see, I'm not going to apply additional pressure, but I do have to get them up to where I can swing a hammer and put them in. If I were to use a pneumatic nailer, it has a big old back on it, and it usually creases those, pushes them up too high, and I'm trying not to tear these. I'm trying not to cause any damage to these, so I just want this to flow smoothly. Frame there. A few more. Do have a little bit of creasing starting, so we'll take another still shot when we get done. That's kind of what I was afraid of. With the age of this roof too, it does make the repairs a little harder. And just for another example too, so this is done. I'm gonna take another still shot. I do have some creasing I'm going to highlight in red for you and circle, but also if you want to pan, like right back here we have a couple that we're going to have to do on this back side, and back over here they're kind of scattered wind, just to get an idea of I'd like to interview the roof per se, so you can see how much wear is on it, how much age. Same over here, a lot of age. But still under 25 years old, but still in the 20s. So our goal is to try to repair it as best as possible. Any loose granules, I usually have a soft brush I'll use. So like those are coming off. All right, so I think this is that. You can see it right there. All right. So what happens is it causes indirect damage. So as we try to replace one shingle, it's going to cause more damage. So we're going to come in here and try to replace this one. Then we'll end up replacing that one. This one, kind of like a domino effect, because these were installed as a roofing system. If they were younger, they're a little bit more pliable, easier to work with. With this one and the age that's on it, I don't see it being a repairable roof. At least not this back right slope. If need be, we can do another repair attempt on another slope, but right now, just my assumption on this one, my professional opinion, this back right slope is no longer repairable.